The plans call for tuning plugs to go in here. I'm going to use a wood dowel, and on the end of the dowel there would be faucet washers that would make contact with this aluminum tube. And every time I've seen that, these wood dowels are in here at all different angles, and it looks very disorganized. So what I'm working on is a tuning plug, and I've printed a 5/16 18 thread in this on the printer, and it will have 2 O-rings. You'll run a threaded rod in there and run this into the pipe and find that point where it tunes. Then there'll be enough drag on that O-ring that I'll just be able to back that threaded rod out of there. And that tuning plug will stay right where it needs to be. And there won't be anything sticking out the top of the pipe. These are the tuning plugs for the 1-inch, 7/8, 3/4, and 5/8 aluminum pipe. Just to give you an idea of how long it takes to print some of these things, this represents 45 hours of printing time. Each color knob is designed to fit inside the pipe size that's written on the knob. These two are threaded for a 5/16 18 threaded rod. The 2 largest tuning plugs are threaded for this same rod. The 2 smaller pipes are threaded for a 1/4 20 threaded rod, as are the 2 smaller plugs. These threads are printed right on the 3D printer. I call this a plug jack. When that plug is down in the pipe, you can screw that down into the plug. And this knob on top here, you can put some Loctite on there, a thread locker, and lock that onto that threaded rod so it will not turn on there. These are put into the 5/8 pipe. There'll be 2 O-rings on here, and then I use plumber's grease on here and insert that in the pipe. And after that's been in the pipe for a few hours or the next day, those O-rings take a set inside that pipe, and you can hardly budge that. So that's why I call this a plug jack. You lower this down until this goes inside the pipe and this is against the surface, the edge of the pipe. You hold that, and as you crank that, that'll start picking that plug up and it'll break it loose. And you can spin this back up. You'll be able to continue tuning that pipe. And when you're done, you can just unscrew that. You remove that threaded rod, and that plug will stay right where you left it, and that pipe will remain in tune. So far, the plugs for the 2 largest pipes, I haven't really needed the jacks, but I have needed them for the 2 smaller size pipes. STL files for all of this will be on Thingiverse for the jacking knobs, the tuning plugs, knobs for the end of the threaded rods. The O-ring sizes will be given. So if you decide to make a calliope like this or anything similar, you'll find that to be quite a time saver. There was a lot of design and development that went into getting all of this to work together. This represents prototyping and trial and error to develop the air blocks, the dust caps, and the tuning plugs for 4 different size pipes. The outside diameter of the pipe is held to a standard. The inside diameter of the aluminum pipe fluctuates quite a bit. It makes it difficult to determine the size of this plug and the O-rings that are required to maintain contact with pipe as you slide this up and down. And the same way when you're trying to force one of these air blocks into position and you want it to stay where you put it. I tested 11 or 12 different O-rings before I came up with the ones that would work on the 4 size tuning plugs. 3 of those O-rings are metric and the other one is inch dimension. This represents about 2 weeks of printing, close to 80 hours, and this is all junk.